Hi, this is Jim Richter, and welcome back to my channel. This channel focuses on rock and blues mandolin. The tablature for today's lesson is located at patreon.com/Jim Richter. Consider becoming a member. We are focusing on Jimi Hendrix's Angel. I am a massive Jimi Hendrix fan. I spent a lot of time as a guitar player trying to learn his material. I especially love the soulful ballads like Little Wing, Angel, Bold as Love, Castles Made of Sand. He was a master of really like the Southern soul, Curtis Mayfield, Pop Staples kind of approach to playing. This song has lots of that in there. So what we'll do for Angel is we're going to break it apart. And today we're going to look at the intro and probably the first 3 to 4 measures of the verse. This is a tune that's actually in 2 keys. The intro is E flat. What would be considered the chorus is an E flat. The verse is actually in the key of F. The chords are fairly standard for the most part. The chord progression is fairly standard, though there are some curveballs thrown in there, and we'll talk through those. But the intro is an E flat. It starts out with an E flat add 9 chord. So this is an E flat with an F. The way that I do this is I have my root is actually the lowest note here. So that's an E flat at the 8th fret of the G string. The next note is a G on the 5th fret of the D. The next one is an F. And that is on the A string at the 8th fret. Together it sounds like. So the chord progression in the intro is E flat, add 9. Goes down to D flat, add 9. Goes down 2 frets to the 6th fret. And then goes back to E9. Then goes up all the way up here to the 13th fret, to the A flat, to the B flat, and then back down to the D flat. So you end up playing a quarter note, and then there is a backwards roll. I'm thinking like a banjo player, cross-picking pattern where you've got that's the intro. So from E add 9. So that's the intro. Why do I go all the way from down there, all the way up here? Some of it's to get the slides, to get the same timbre, the same tonality by keeping the same strings, because that's what Hendrix is doing. If I were to take this A flat 9, A flat add 9, and play it here, you can hear it's a little different because this is primarily composed of 2 wound sets of strings. But if I go up here, it's focusing more on the single or the non-wrapped strings. So I try to keep the tone the same as it goes up the neck and catch some of the slides too, because I want some of that left-hand noise to stay consistent with the way that Hendrix plays it. So that's the little intro. So that takes us to the verse. So the verse goes into the key of F. We've got this first position F, which is 5, 3, open 1 from lowest to highest. Standard first position F. And then we've got a riff that really goes over, that uses the F major pentatonic. So the first measure of the verse sounds like. So you've got this F chord. Then we've got a hammer-on pull-off from an F to a G to an F. Hammer-on pull-off. One picked note. And then the next picked note is D. Then C. A played here. Played at the 7th fret of the D string. So 5th fret A, 3rd fret A, 7th fret D, and then F, 3rd fret of the D, G, 5th fret, and then a hammer on. I'm holding a double stop, which is 3-5, C, G, 5th fret of the D, 3rd fret of the A. And then I do that hammer on twice. I'm hammering on into an F double stop, which is really 7-3, A, C. And then G, 5th fret, D, F, 3rd fret of D. The end of that measure is the D. It played at the 7th fret of the G string. And the reason why we're playing this closed is we're doing all these hammer-ons. And it keeps it consistent with the way Hendrix would play it, because he's looking at closed positions to where he can do additions, suspensions to chords, and that's what we're doing with our double stops. So then the next measure, so that first measure is F, so it's an F, it goes to a C6 halfway through, so that's F for the first two beats, then C6. The second measure is G minor, and it sounds like this. And it sounds kind of weird there at the end, but what it's doing is it's walking down to the B flat, which is the chord, the chord of the next measure. Because the first three measures, you've got F, to C6, to G minor, then it goes to B flat. So slowed down, that second measure sounds like. And then the fourth measure is B flat. So we've got, this is still all part of the F major pentatonic. We got D, 7th fret of the G, F, 3rd fret of the D string. Then we've got G. That's outlining really kind of like a G minor 7th. And then we've got this walk down, which is an F major pentatonic. That's a C, D, C on the A string. We go down to the A that's played on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Then G, F, all on the D, 5, 3, open, D flat, 6th fret of the G string, and then the C note, which is the 5th fret of the G. So that section again. So those two measures together sound like this. And I'll slow them down. Let's go ahead and do the next two measures. So then it goes into a full measure of B flat. We've got, and all that is a kind of a major pentatonic walk up into a double stop. We've got B flat, C, slide to the D, and then it outlines 3-7, F, D, 7th fret of G string, 3rd fret of D. And we've got, and that kind of outlines an E flat, but it's still being played over the B flat. We've got 1st fret of the D string, slide from 3 to 5, and again, that double stop shape, 5-1, G, B flat. So we got, and the reason we're going to that is that in the very next measure, the first two beats are F. So we're going to slide this up into 7-3, A, C, 7th fret of D, 3rd fret of A. So we've got, Then the next two beats, you've got one beat of C, one beat of B flat. You've got, so you've got, and again, we're doing double stops. For the C, you're going to bar at the 3rd fret, the C and the G, bar the A fret and the A string and the E string at the 3rd fret. You're going to add the A on top. And then you're going to do B flat. So there you're barring at the 1st fret of the A and the E string. You're doing a B flat and an F. First stroke down is just the bar. There's your G. You're going to add a G to it. So pretty simple. So let's play the first 4 measures of the verse and then we'll end for today. So it's, and I'll play it one time slow for you. Tablature is available at my Patreon site, patreon.com/Jim Richter, and consider becoming a member to support this. And then when we meet again, we'll look at the next 4 measures and go into the bridge. Thanks so much.